welcome back to a new video. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you today. I just got home from a walk. Well, I actually just jumped out of the shower, but I did a walking lab review this morning with my girlfriend, Jen. And I know that's probably confusing because I think just like 1 or 2 videos ago, I talked about how I did a walking lab review with my best girlfriend, Jenny. 2 different Jen and Jennies, but we're all equally the closest of girlfriends and we all live on the same street. So I just got back from a walk with her. I jumped in the shower really quick. Last night, I did blow out my hair, which I'm grateful for myself for doing that last night. But I do think I'm going to touch up a few of the curls. But I just got home. It's 9:50 and we already have 10,000 steps. September is continuing right into October. And honestly, I'm so happy about that because we are getting our movement in. I might be overdressed. It's a little bit chilly this morning. It's like the perfect fall weather, but I do think it's going to heat up quite a bit today. I do have our Concierge Care live event today inside Living Well, so I'm getting ready for that. And honestly, I just have to start this video with the most immense amount of gratitude on all of your support last week on my fall bake with me. When I tell you that the excitement that was building inside the Living Well community was truly unparalleled, and then the excitement here on YouTube, girls, honestly, I know I say this all the time, but I don't know if I can ever express to you how unbelievably grateful I am and how much this means to me. This community of women that we've built here, this beautiful safe space, truly means the world to me. So your support, the amount of downloads, I think we had 570-ish, 72 downloads of the PDF. I will forever and always be so grateful for that. One, the fact that I'm able to play a part in your healthy fall baking that you do. 2, that you would take time out of your busy schedule to spend that with me. Whether it's consuming my content, whether it's recreating the recipes at home, your time is so precious and so valuable to me, to you, to your family. So the fact that you would use your most valuable asset towards anything I put out there means more to me than I think I can ever express to you. And that's why this platform here, YouTube, will forever and always be my number one. There's just something about this beautiful community we built. I always say, there was this analogy of the different social media platforms. It's Instagram is the mean girls in high school. It's so true. I feel like Instagram is just not what it used to be or as authentic as it really could be. Everything has to be pretty. Things just have to look a certain way. I put things on Instagram because I have to as a business owner and content creator. But this is the real, this is the real deep connection. And then of course, even deeper connection inside my membership site. As a consumer, I watch YouTube every day and I love to create content for YouTube. I also love to consume TikTok. TikTok is just, at least my algorithm, I think I'm on the right side of TikTok because my algorithm is funny, it's inspiring, it's just people, humans being humans. And I love it so much. And then there's Instagram and it's just we have to be there. But just the excitement that was building, because there was 2 videos last week, the excitement that was building, the support that each and every one of you bring to me on a weekly basis, it means the world to me. I truly think about you girls from the moment I wake up until the moment I go to bed. Of course, my family too. But I think about my family, my home, and everything I'm doing. And then I think about you and creating the best of the best for you. There's going to be 1,000,001 knockoffs, of course, every single day of anything that you do when you're doing something really well. And that's okay, because I know that we have each other and that this community is above all else unparalleled. So thank you for your support around the fall bake with me. It's October, girls, so we are really in the fall season. So today is going to be a cozy and productive day. Like I said, I have the Concierge Care live event, which is the second tier of Living Well, which used to be Moms Need to Be Healthy too. I have that live event here in just an hour. So I'm always excited to connect with the girls there. We have so much coming for October recipes. I'm also already planning our Living Well challenge for November, but currently right now inside Living Well is calm in your core. So calming your nervous system down, calming your endocrine system down. So I'm going to bring much of what we're doing in Living Well and applying that here. how you can really regulate your nervous system. And what does that look like? And what does that mean, right? Like, what is the nervous system? What does it mean when it's dysregulated? And how do we actually bring some peace and harmony to it? So what? So that your hormones can be fully optimized. Because I can't wait. I think, yes, it's next week's video. I can't wait because next week's video is my lab review of my labs. Girls, you know, I'm the most humble person when it comes to things with clients and wins with clients, but my own labs, if you are a nutritionist, if you're functional diagnostic nutritionist who has 3 master's degrees, if their labs don't look like this, don't hire them, okay? Don't hire them. Also, if somebody is like preaching to be a health expert and their labs don't look like this, don't work with them, okay? So for today, we're going to talk about how to really zone in on calming your nervous system and being hyper present and being oh so grateful for where we are, the progress we've made, even if it's this much progress, even if it was just watching The Fall Bake with me and downloading the ebook, you haven't had a chance to make the recipes, that's okay. Even if it was downloading your Living Well week 1 accountability tracker, you haven't checked anything off today, that's okay, right? It's going to be okay because we are going to help you really lean into nervous system regulation this month and honestly every month because that's where we see your hormones shine. And now we're enjoying our pumpkin spice protein latte. I'm going to fix my hair up a little bit and then jump on live with my girls for concierge care. Girls, October is going to be an amazing month. Like, I am so grateful to be here with you in this cozy, amazing season where we can really cuddle up and do the deep work inside. Therefore, we can show up as our best selves every single day. Okay, ignore the mountain of laundry. But girls, how can you not just have the best day of your life when you look outside? Is the lighting so bright that we can't see? Look at the gorgeous leaves. I mean, hello fall. You are a gift from the heavens. Truly. The sun, the breeze, the leaves, like, girls, how lucky are we to be gifted the season of fall? Girls, I'm about to hop on live with my ladies in concierge care, but I have to insert photos or footage here. Well, you've already seen the footage because I was walking. Let me insert this photo that I just posted on Instagram of the pumpkin patch that's attached to the back of our neighborhood. When I tell you this little pumpkin patch brings me so much immense joy, I really don't know how to describe it. Like, we have a trail that cuts through our neighborhood. I live in a really big neighborhood. Our neighborhood fills 3 elementary school buses every morning. Hence, this is one of the reasons we decided to move here, because of all of the kids. Like, honestly, we went to dinner the other night. We got home and it was just like impromptu. They ended up staying out until like 10 o'clock at night. there's just kids everywhere. So we live in a big neighborhood. So I always do the neighborhood. That's how I'm getting the 10K steps by the time I get to my desk. But in addition to that, we walk this beautiful trail, which I often put footage of. But the picture of the pumpkin patch today, I just posted on Instagram and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just absolute fall rom-com perfection. So I'm about to go live with the girls for Concierge Care. It used to be called Moms Need to Be Healthy Too. It is now called Concierge Care. Before I do that, I'm getting ready to take my second round of morning supplements. So these are my bits. They are my favorite bits that I take. So I'm taking like 30-ish of these. I like to take these after I've already had my greens, my electrolytes, my lemon ginger tonic, but of course, and with that, I'm going to be taking one of my vitamin D. This is 5,000 IUs. It is beautiful and sunny out, but even with that, we always supplement vitamin D. We'll go into that more next week when we review my labs. Oh, girls, they're so good. With my vitamin D, as always, I'm going to be taking one of my magnesium breakthrough from Biooptimizers. So the magnesium breakthrough is incredible because it contains all 7 elemental forms of magnesium in one convenient capsule. So I know you often think about magnesium for getting deep, restful sleep. And yes, that is true. I take 2 of them before bed, but I also take 1 in the morning to help synthesize my vitamin D. So magnesium is needed for over 300 enzymatic properties in the body. These functions within your body cannot fully operate without adequate levels of magnesium. I've talked about this frequently, how I personally burn through my magnesium stores very quickly. So I can take upwards to 6 to 8 of the magnesium breakthrough and have absolutely no side effects. Because as we saw in my labs I shared last week, I'll pop them here as well, my magnesium levels are in a really good place. But my body tends to, when I get stressed or I experience stress, burn through my magnesium. That's what it does. And so it does that as a protection mechanism, which is wonderful. But that is why I can take 4 of them throughout the day. Also, because the Biooptimizers Magnesium Breakthrough has 7 forms of magnesium, it's not going to put you to sleep. Taking this alongside your vitamin D, as I said, will help you actually synthesize your vitamin D, 1. And 2, it's good for cellular energy, ATP, for muscle function. Sure, of course, there are forms of magnesium that do help you get deep, restful sleep. That's why I take 2 of them before bed. But I like to take 1 in the morning time. Also, I take 1 right around 2:30, 2:45 in the afternoon, and then 2 before bed to get the most incredible, deep, restful sleep. When we're talking nervous system and really doing everything in our power to help our body feel relaxed in this season, I've got a beautiful seasonal candle going. I have the Rocasa pumpkin spice diffusing behind you in my diffuser. I'll turn you around here in a second. I don't have any of the overhead lights on, which I rarely do. I'm also properly hydrating. I'm taking all of my strategic supplementation. I've gotten in my 10K steps and I'm about to head into the office. Now, I know that that's not something I can do every single day. This is a good day. This is a day where I do have the ability to get in that beautiful movement, the 10K steps before I even sit down. This is one of those good days. Not every day is. But when we can become resilient and we can bounce back from stressful situations, that's when we know that we've done the work. That's when we know our nervous system is responding to the inputs that we're giving in. I say that when we give our body the right raw materials, we can then feel the way we want to feel. Calm, healthy hormones, tons of energy, stabilized mood, sharper cognition, deeper focus. But if we don't give our body the proper raw materials, it will not be able to produce the outputs that we're expecting. If you want to wake up and have the energy, I stripped the beds, I just heard the dryer go off. So that's a great example. If you want to have the energy to wake up first thing in the morning, have your tonic, strip your bedding, get it into the wash, get your steps in, even if it's 15 minutes before you head into the office. Maybe it's waking up a little bit earlier to make that happen. If you want to have the energy and the stability from within to do that, you have to give your body the ingredients that it needs to do this. We cannot be silly enough to think that surviving on sugary processed foods is going to give us that level of capacity. We just can't expect that out of our bodies. Our bodies are magical and they can do so much, but we also have to be realistic. So with this, taking my D will help sharpen my cognition. So will my magnesium for me to show up as my best self on my live event here in a few minutes, and additionally for the rest of the day. And not just the rest of my day, the rest of my evening, the rest of my week, the rest of my month. You don't have to show up feeling like a monster in your luteal phase. You can do things that produce deep healing to work with your body rather than against it. So October invites us to a calm, steadier energy. And that's exactly what we're doing inside my October challenge, inside Living Well. I'm inviting you in to stabilize your energy, to calm your nervous system, to restore. Therefore, you can be more adaptive when stress does happen. And girls, believe you me, it does happen. It's going to continue to happen. It happens to me every day. So when we can become resilient and not responsive, even if someone's trying to poke you and get a reaction out of you, remaining calm shows that you have fully put in the work with your nervous system. And that's what I want to say, is that stress is going to happen every day in our lives. I am not immune to it. Believe you me. There are times where I have to really dig in and be like, Jessica, are you stronger than this? And I realize I am. That my adrenal health and all of the hard work that I've done helps me show up as a stable mom, wife, daughter, sister, friend, practitioner, content creator, even in times of stress. So that's my hope for us in October, is that we can build your resilience. We can improve your mood. This is a really big one. We can see a clearer connection between stress patterns and hormone health. That's a big one for me. And I definitely encourage you girls to do that. When you see or you feel something, or you're in a situation where you're like, this doesn't feel safe or this feels erratic, just know that that person you're dealing with, they probably are extremely dysregulated. Believe you me, I've seen the labs of some of these people and they're dysregulated. So no wonder they show up in the world in the way that they do. But how we respond and how we build up our resilience is what matters. So I will have my code and my link for you in the description box down below for the Magnesium Breakthrough, where you can give this a try. I would highly encourage you to do so. And if you have a sleep tracking device, give it a go, because you will love the results of the deep, restful sleep that you feel. In addition to that, HRV is the new flex. I always say that my heart rate variability is my flex aside from my labs. And your HRV is hyper responsive around strategic supplements, especially important minerals like magnesium that are so needed for our healthy, happy hormones. So I will have my link and my code for you in the description box down below. Time to get these down and connect with girls inside Concierge Care. Okay, knowing it was going to be a very busy week, and again, I'm doing everything to calm my nervous system, to be efficient and effective rather than trying to react and make decisions and or eat foods that don't necessarily serve us during a busy season. So we have leftovers that I made last night that the kids are going to have as their dinner part one. So I made homemade ramen yesterday and I just have the noodles set to the side, but I made the broth, I made the chicken, I have everything prepped. I have the bean sprouts, I have the shredded carrots, I have all of that. I'm gonna reheat that on the stove. We'll have that as dinner part one before soccer, but I'm going to go ahead and make these Korean short ribs that I started to marinate yesterday morning. So they've been marinating for over 24 hours. I'm going to pop these into the oven. Therefore, when we come home from soccer, we'll have dinner part two. Little tiny things like this help me tremendously. Just having a plan, knowing that I'm doing everything to nourish my body, nourish my family's body, and ensure that we still stay on track. There's no such thing as perfection or an all or nothing mentality, but when you can just stack little habits like planning out your meals, knowing that you have 2 dinners per night, knowing that I had a very full work day, I had back-to-back calls, I had my live event, and then I had a lab review. I also did a lab review walk with my girlfriend this morning. So essentially I had 3 calls stacked on top of a content creation day and getting content approved day. So it was a busy day. All of us have these days, but just having these little things prepped and planned ahead will help you significantly not feel like you're always on edge and being reactive to life happening around us. Okay, girls, we just got home from soccer, but before I head upstairs and take a shower, the kids are currently upstairs showering. I am going to start dinner for tomorrow because it is such a busy week and I have been just prepping as much as I can ahead of time. I'm going to be making our maple mustard chicken thighs in the slow cooker, and we did a Croctober series last year. We are continuing our Croctober series here in 2 weeks, and so I'm going to be starting one of the recipes that we had featured last year. So I've been marinating that overnight in the fridge, similarly to the short ribs that I've been marinating. I've been marinating the chicken, and so I'm just going to toss all of that here into my slow cooker, cook it overnight on low for 18 hours, and it will be perfect for tomorrow before and after soccer. Okay, so I know it doesn't look very appetizing, but I promise you this one is delicious. So I'm just going to set this on low. I did 2 chicken breasts because we're going to be having this tomorrow night with roasted potatoes and asparagus. So 2 chicken breasts will be plenty for us. So I've got it on low for 18 hours. All right, girls, I am going to get the kids out of the shower, downstairs, and cozy with all of their nighttime vitamins. By the way, if I didn't share this before, I have been switching their probiotic to the evening alongside their omega-3 and their magnesium, and it is working beautifully. Don't get me wrong, on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday, I will add this in the morning, but because I typically give them like a Waterloo or a kombucha at dinner, this has been working like chef's kiss. And their magnesium, they sleep so good. They honestly go to bed so well. What time is it? It is 7:50 and we're just getting home. They're just getting into the shower. We're just about to eat second dinner. This is fall sports life for you, which is crazy, especially on the weeks when Kaya is traveling. So Sawyer and I, of course, are doing all of the runs and doing everything together, but we are rocking it. I feel like we are really managing really well. And most of that is because of the healthy habits, the lifestyle choices, and the simplistic prep that I do ahead of time to ensure that I have a productive week and that things tend to typically go as planned. So if you girls haven't tried this recipe, I highly encourage you to do so. I will have the recipe for you in the description box down below. And if you aren't a member of Living Well, there are thousands of recipes, the most incredible community on the entire internet where you can join and we talk all things health, wellness, protocols, supplements, everything that you can imagine here on my YouTube channel times 10 over inside Living Well. So I want to thank you girls so much for watching. And if you enjoyed today's video, you can let me know by giving a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.